Welcome to the Best Robotics Simulink Summer Program. Today I'm going to be going over the use of a Wiki website that we'll be using to communicate information to the teams and to collect information back from the teams, to hold discussions, to give details about the lessons and share various aspects of the program over the 5-week period. So let's get started and talk about the Wiki. Okay, so you've been asked if you've registered for this program. You've been asked to create an account at simulinksummer.wikispaces.com for all of your teacher and for all of your team members that were going to participate. So the first thing you do is go to this site, and if you have not created an account yet, you will first click on sign in with password. And you'll say create a new Wikispaces account here, and you'll follow the prompts to create a username and password. You'll have to supply your email address at that time. What will happen is they will email you a confirmation, verification of your email address, and that's important later on if you intend on receiving email notifications from the Wiki pages for updates or for discussions and so forth. So keep in mind that when you receive that email, look for it and to confirm your email address so you can stay in touch. Once you have an account, then you just sign on here when you come, and you can stay signed on. I'm going to sign on with temporary username I have. Okay, and then this is the home page for the Wiki site. So anytime you'll come, you'll start here. This is the basic Wiki home. The basic navigation is in the left-hand panels here. The upper portion is related to some projects we'll talk about a little bit later. You can see the members that are members of the Wiki, and really you don't need to mess with much up here except for the projects, and we'll come back to that in a second. The main navigation is going to be on the lower portion here. Home is this home screen, the main home screen that describes what's going to go on this 5-week sessions that we're going to have. There's pages on getting ready, things that you need to do before we actually start the 5-week course. So it talks about some materials that you'll need to collect and get together and have available, during that 5-week period for you to use. It talks about installing the MATLAB Simulink software. It gives you, you request a license here, and then there is a full installation instructions provided in this document. There are multiple items that need to be installed, so we highly recommend that you get all of this software installed on all the computers that you'll potentially use for this program. That could be any student personal computers or teacher computers or school computers, whatever you choose. Do note that you must have admin privileges to install this software. So if you're installing on a school computer, just realize that you may have to get your IT team involved and whatnot. And the installation itself can take a few hours to actually download and install. So someone will, you'll have to spend some time getting that done, mainly just due to the size of the program itself. So be aware of that. Also, there's some information here about the robot kit that you will be receiving. Those are going out very soon. You should receive those at least a week before the program actually starts. And this gives you a rundown. If you're interested in finding out more, you can go to the various websites or follow these links and get more information on that particular hardware that we're planning on using. We're using a Zumobot from Pololu, and this is where you could go and buy additional kits if you wanted to do that. They run about, for the whole kit, less than $150 for the whole kit. And then I've provided, there is some minor assembly. What we're doing is buying the kit that is completely assembled already. And there's some assembly instructions here for adding on a sensor that we're adding, which is a distance sensor. And if you choose to, there's a newer kit that is available that you can also purchase if you desire, which is only in kit form, but it's a newer version of this robot, and it has some additional features and some other sensors built in. And there's a nice little demonstration video here of that particular robot to show you what kind of capabilities we'll have and what you'll be able to do with this robot during the time that you have it. And this robot will be provided to you, for the duration. I mean, for forever. So once you're part of the program, we're providing the hardware to you, to your team, one robot, and then you'll have it forever. And the same thing with MATLAB Simulink. This is the exact same software that you'll be using during the Best Robotics competition. The only difference is we'll have a different library that will drive this robot versus the VEX hardware. And it's a free 12-month license. You'll have this year-round, so you'll be able to practice your programming using MATLAB Simulink year-round. So back to the wiki. The navigation is on the left-hand side. We have some guides and how-tos. We have some frequently asked questions. And then we have a list of team mentors. There'll be some experts in MATLAB Simulink that are being trained right now that will be assigned to your team. And so you'll be able to find them here. And everyone on the wiki is referenced by username. It does not have email addresses. It does not show email addresses, so you'll need to know the username of your particular mentor or specialist that's assigned to your team if you want to be able to contact them and interact with them on the wiki. The rest of this information over here is L1 through L5 will be the 5 weeks of lessons, and W1 through W5 will be the weekly assignments or weekly projects that you're assigned to go accomplish in between the sessions that we hold every Tuesday. Trainer program you will not have access to. That's specifically for training these mentors and specialists. So the way the wiki is set up for you, like I said, you'll go to a particular lesson, and all the information will be there related to that lesson, and you'll be able to download in a curriculum-style document. There'll be many other links and file examples and whatnot that you'll be able to download, and that's where you'll find that. After we've had the 2-hour session that will introduce the lesson, and these will not populate and will not show up for you until we actually have the lesson, or maybe a day before we actually have the lesson on Tuesday. After the lesson is complete, after we've had the WebEx session and we've gone through the 2 hours of lesson, you'll be given a project you'll complete, a programming project. And what we want you to do, and the purpose of the wiki, is to document the results and the process that you went through in performing those projects. So what we have here is under projects, you will have a week 1 through 5 for your particular team. I have for this account, I have chosen the Bowie High School as the team that I'm going to be part of. So you'll see it's week 1 Zumobot Basics at Bowie High School. So if you will click on that, it will take you directly to a dedicated private website for your team for that week. And so this is your site, and no one else can see it, and this is for you to build and to capture all the information related to what you do during that week's time and solving that project. And so we've added some specific requested information that we would like you to populate and fill in. And so this is some generic. You can reformat this. I mean, you can add to this many other different things, and that's what I'll show you a little bit about the wiki itself, how you edit. But we want this information about how you solve the problems, and then what your actual solutions are, the actual Simulink, MATLAB Simulink models or files that you created. You can upload them here and have them accessible. Results of any testing, any multimedia, videos that you take or pictures or whatever, you can throw those in here as well. And there's also a request to have a sort of a daily blog where you capture, this is what we did today kind of information in this site. And then what's going to happen is in the following week, we'll review the projects for the prior week, and we'll go over those details, and we'll ask one or two teams at that time to go through their particular experience over that weekend and how they solved the problem. And so that's why part of the reason we want you to document here is we may ask you to present a few minutes of what you did that week. So the wiki, this is just a regular web page. Like I said, this is your private page, and it always starts with home. You'll see if you go to a different week, there's a different home page, and this one happens to have some information already filled in. So let's go back to week 1. So for example, this is your home page, and you can create other pages down below it. So we've already created these links. If you click on the links, it will go and allow you to create a new page, because this page has not ever been created before. So if you click the edit button here, it'll let you edit the page and start creating a whole new page. That's how you create a link to another page. So you go into the editor in order to edit these pages. You click the editor, and you can see it's just a normal kind of what you see is what you get editor. There's a number of different things you can do. Simple text, you can type in simple text, and you can change the headings, change the different levels of headings, different sizes, so forth. You can modify the text font, the size, the color, all these various aspects, the different styles. You can also do things like adding a link. So let's say I wanted to add a link right here. You add a link to another page, for example. So this is going to be the test. You can add a link to a page or to a particular web address or to someone's email address if you want a link to email someone or such. So normally you're going to link to another page, for example. That's how we did these links here. And if the page already exists, you can see it in a pull down here, or you can search for it. Maybe type in part of the name, and it will look for that and find that page for you, and you could link to it. And the other way is if you have not created the page yet, then you just type in the name of whatever you wanted to call it, and that's all you need to do. New page. Click on it and then add the link. And so what it has done is I named this heading, but when you click on it, it actually links to this page. And you'll see that it's underneath this project, Week 1 Zumobot Basics Bowie High School. And this is the name of the page. So this is specific to Bowie High School, the page that you've created. So it's private, it's within your website here under Week 1. And then if you click on this edit link here, it'll allow you to change the link. It basically goes back here and lets you change it to whatever you would like. Okay, and let's say if you want to then edit that page, you want to go to that page, you just click on the link. Whoops, I have to save this first. Save the page. And now you have a new spot, new link here. So let's click on the link, and it goes to this. It says, well, the page hasn't been created, so let's edit that page. And we'll just put this. Okay, so you can just type whatever text you want, put it and format it however you like. And then the nice other interesting thing, great thing about the wiki is you can insert not only links, but you can insert files here. So you just go File, and you'll first have to upload the files to this particular site. So you might do upload, and then we'll find something. We'll just grab this. Doesn't really matter. And it's uploading the file now. Once it completes, you just click on it to select it, and it has inserted that file at this spot. The other thing you can do is add widgets, and widgets are many different various things that you can add. So within Wikispaces, there are a number of things that you can add, like a table of contents, different list of pages. Discussion area is one that's always nice to add. You can add a tag cloud. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can add that are related to Wikispaces itself and the pages that you have created. You can add videos, through YouTube, through Vimeo, through Yahoo, whoever. You can add a calendar. There's some links for some educational sites, things that you can add. You can add polls and documents and RSS feeds. If you want a Facebook feed on here, whatever, you can put all those things on. And you can just see all the different various things. And then you can also just plug in raw HTML if you just want have some embed HTML or part of your site you want to drop in, or anything like that. Part of a website you want to drop in. Any HTML that you can write, you can just drop in here and save it and put it in. So I'll just add something that's, before I add anything, let me just go back and show you. So that's widgets. And you can also add tables. So tables, click on table. Let's say I want to make a 2x2, and you'll see it's very small until you start typing. So this might be heading 1. And so this is what a table winds up looking like, and then you can format. If you click inside the table, you'll get the little table icon here. Click on it, and it allows you to modify, the current cell alignment. Let's make it a header. We'll do this cell, make it a header, and you can do things like, I want to take this column, and let's say I want to add a column to the right. And so it has added a column right here. So you can do all these various things with tables, and you can do alignment and so forth. And let's see what happens when you save this. How does it come? What does it look like? So you can see this is basically how it comes out. Here's your table that you created. Here's the file that you uploaded. You click on this, it will open that file for you. You'll notice on every page there's an add discussion button. So every page has the ability to add discussion topics and share information, create topics back and forth. Now, if you want a table listing, what this does is just adds all the discussions at the bottom of the screen, bottom of your page. If you want a table listing all of the different discussions that are going on, because every new topic is a new discussion, then what you should use, which we've used on some other pages, is, and you'll see that, is a widget called discussion area. And the discussion area, it says what page do you want it on, and then for each discussion, how many total comments do you allow. So you might allow, as many as possible. It's up to you. And it creates this widget here. And so what does that look like? So it basically adds this table. So any discussion we add, let's say, so you might put any kind of discussion or question or whatever, and so this is the topic basically. It's just like a regular forum. This is the topic, and then this is your comment. Once that exists, now folks can reply to it and comment on it, and you'll see when you reload that it shows up in the list of discussion topics. And then so every new topic that's created will show up in this table, and you'll be able to quickly navigate to and from that. So you might want to use that to just discuss topics and to exchange information. So the other thing you'll notice is down here on all the discussions themselves, you can either scroll down to this, but when this gets full, you can just click on the topic. It'll open a new page. Same thing, when you go over here up to the right, you'll have an option to monitor that particular topic. I created this topic, so I automatically am monitoring what I created. I can stop monitoring it, but what does monitoring mean? Monitoring means anytime anyone adds a reply to this comment, I will get emailed that someone updated a comment, and it will tell me what it's about. So it's a way to connect directly to your email, just like a regular forum would, and let you follow particular discussions, or the wiki also allows you to follow particular pages and so forth. So here's the page that we created. The items up here in the upper right, this is your edit button. This tells you how many discussions are in the post if you don't have the table, for example. This tells you how many times this page was revised. The nice thing about a wiki is it saves every single edit that was ever made. And so if you make a mistake or you want to revert back to a previously edited page, you can do that just by clicking on the revisions here. You can see when the revision was and who made it, and you can revert back to one of these an older revision if you would like to do that. So it's a way to undo maybe something that got done that you didn't want done. So that's what the revisions are. And then you have many more options here. And the other options are you can add tags. So you can add tags to this page, and tags are just labels it could be anything. It could be what the page is about. It could be any kind of tag that however you want to tag this particular page. So that could be found in searches and whatnot. Then the notify, which I mentioned already about notifying on the discussions, notify allows you to select, notify me by email of edits or discussions on this particular page. And so that gives you you can select any particular page that you want. And this gives you the ability to select, to be notified anytime there was an edit made to this page. Okay. RSS feeds, you can also take the same information and you can send it to an RSS feed if you have that set up to monitor what is happening on the wiki. Okay, backlinks just gives you an indication of what other pages link to the current page. So in this case, we only have one link linking to this page, and that is from our home page. That's the week 1 home. And you'll see that if you highlight, and if you look down in the lower left-hand corner of your screen, it gives you the actual path to that particular page, the URL. You'll see its page names are just separated by slashes, just like you would a regular URL. Backlinks, source code will give you the wiki source code for this particular page, and I will. So this looks a little bit cryptic, but it's actually the wiki format specific, what we call wiki text. And wiki text has these tags, or these ways of tagging your text in order to, like this is a link, for example, and here's how you make a table. And you can type this all in text, and you can edit it that way in the editor as well, and it will get translated into you know, boldface or a table or whatever you're looking for. So it's a little bit more intense learning all of the markup language for Wiki, but a lot of wikis are very similar. And so once you learn it, you know how to use it, and you get used to doing that. The editor itself is a WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. But there are many, many more powerful markup text, wiki text markups that you can use to add various other things, and I'll show you that shortly. I'll show you how to get to that, how to find that out. So that's what source does, switches between the actual wiki text versus what you see is what you get kind of version of it. You can print it and you can export it to PDF. Okay, so now back to editing pages, as we said, wiki text. Where do you get help on how to use the wiki in general? So up here at the upper part of your screen, this is basically your account button. So if you click on that, it'll go back to your account, and this will give you some information. The wiki has email integrated as well. So if you happen to be a member of more than one wiki, then it will have them multiple listed here, and you can switch between them or whatever, but we're using this one for the summer program. Inbox, you know, you have email, and you can send email back and forth between other members, any member of the wiki, not just your team, but any other members. So this is how you can email back and forth with the mentors or specialists that are assigned to your team that are going to be helping you. This is where you go, and you can email back and forth with them. And then just various other settings that you can set for your particular account. Do I want to receive private messages or not, and so forth. There's a lot of different things you can do. Let's go back to the wiki we're using. Other help. This is just a list of wikis that you can access. Okay, so if you had multiple, it would show multiple here. This gives you an indication if there's any messages waiting for you in the inbox that I just mentioned before. So this would just have a number here showing how many messages are waiting. You click on that, and it will pop up those messages. And then help is very important. This is where you get all the help for how to use the wiki itself. I typically go straight to the help wiki itself. And then there's various topics that you can scroll through here to see about, you know, specifically about projects and how they work, which is just a dedicated site for your particular team. events, you can identify, put a calendar in and specify when events are going to occur, and that's something that might use. Messaging and email, this is a good one about using the messaging system and how do I do various things with the messaging system. Oops. The other things are WebDAV. If you're not familiar with WebDAV, it's basically like a FTP. It's a way to connect your local computer to this wiki site, so you just drag and drop files to it instead of having to go through the upload process. That way you can do, instead of doing one file at a time, for example, you can do multiple files, drag and drop them, bring them over. So that's something. Monitoring notification, we already went over that, but there's details about that here, how to set it up, how to monitor a discussion or how to monitor a page, how to set favorites, so you can, each page can be set as a favorite. The little star right here on a particular page, you can click on that, and then now it becomes in your favorites list that you can always access and do various sorting and searching on, and how to set up RSS feeds and stuff like this. The other important thing here is the wiki text. Well, links is pretty important too, on how to set up links. So you might want to check into that for linking to other outside sites or other things. The wiki text is an important part, and this is that markup language that I mentioned for a particular wiki. So if you are editing a page and you want to just type it in as text, we'll just go here and show you what I mean by that. So we'll go to our week 1 site, and I'm going to go in the editor. And let's just start something down here at the bottom. Start something down here. And if I look at this wiki text help, you'll see that, here's a way to boldface your text. So I happen to do that. This is bold. Let's see what happens when I save it. And you'll see it boldfaced it. So it's still in italic, but it boldfaced it. Now you can do this from the editor directly with the bold italic, but that's just an example of that markup text got converted into its equivalent. What you see is what you get version of it. Okay. The other things that you're interested in is creating lists, how to create bulletized lists, and this gives you an example of what it would look like. Numbered lists, headings and indenting, creating horizontal lines. So this is all really easy shorthand stuff that you can use to create your pages and format your pages. Then an important part is links. So if you want a link to a different page, then this is the format you use. Use brackets and then the name of the page, and then a vertical bar, and then what text you want displayed. Like I said, many of these features are already available through the editing interface here at the top, but sometimes you need a little more control, and so it's good to know the markup language. Here's an example, like using anchors, for example, and so just review this and gives you a detail about, uploading graphics and manipulating those and files and tables and various code and so forth. Okay. So let me go back. All right, so if you, for example, you need the name of a page, there's a pages and files here. So anything that you have created is going to show up here. So this is your home page. This is a file that we uploaded. This is the new page that we created. And these are the names of those particular pages. So if you wanted to reference it, you'll see in the lower status bar of your browser there, you'll see what the actual link to that is. You would link to it through week 1-Zumobot Basics, because that's the project that we're in, and then slash Bowie High School, and then space capital, and then another space new page /new page. So that's how you would reference that particular page, and so you can do a copy link for address here, or and use it elsewhere as well. Let's just give you a list. You can do searches here, so you can search. Let's see if it'll find it. So you just put in the partial search wherever it'll find the pages or files that you're looking for, and then you can look for it in various places as well. You can look for it in, from the home side or from any one of the weeks that you're manipulating, right? Okay. And we'll go back here. And I think that gives you a pretty good overview to get started on the wiki itself. So just to review briefly, lessons will be defined in these 5 pages here. This will give all the detail, and this will be public and available to every team involved. So they'll be able to see what is the lesson, the materials, and all associated with the lessons for that week. The week 1 through 5 will be a more specific information about the projects that you're assigned for that week and what we're asking you to go do. So it will just describe the different challenges for that week. And there will be multiple challenges, so it won't just be write one program. It will be try this, and then try 2 or 3 other things and see if you can accomplish those as well. So you have a full week to work on those projects. What we want you to do is, while you're working on those projects, is to document the results of your work on those projects under the project section here. So, as I said before, each one of these is an independent website, project website for your team. And so, by going there, this is completely private and no one else will see this information. From the home page, all of this will be public information. Okay? I think that covers just about everything. Members, if you want to go and see, look for members that are on your team, you would go here. But you do have to know all of the usernames of the members on your team, so you'll need to grab that and keep that handy. That pretty much covers it. So I think we'll end here, and I'll we'll do another lesson as needed.